The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from Carlock Stadium and Kirkland Field, it's football night in West Tennessee. Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network proudly present USJ Bruin football. And tonight, it's the home opener as the Bruins take on the challenge of the Peabody Golden Tide from Trenton. Hello again, everyone. Steve Beverly welcoming you to the start of another football season at USJ. This is a copyrighted broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz broadcast without the expressed written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Other high school teams covered by the BallGame Blitz Sports Network: Jackson Christian, TCA, Peabody, and those games are broadcast to each high school's Facebook page. We also broadcast all Union University home games, including volleyball, soccer, basketball, softball, and baseball. And new this year has been Rockabilly Baseball and Bethel University sports. All of our BallGame Blitz games are archived to Worthy Road Studios' YouTube channel. The executive producer for all schools and other sports, such as Golden Gloves Boxing, is Paul Schultze. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet One, Elite Dental, Nest Realty, Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air, King Tire, Campbell King Interiors, H&M Construction, and Garrett Plumbing and Heating. We ask that you please support our advertisers who help make Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network broadcast the high quality that they are. And without these sponsors, there would be no crews to bring you these games. Well, to set you up for tonight's contest, this is going to be a matchup of the spread offense of USJ against the big offensive and defensive lines of Peabody. Now, Junior Corbin Howard will be calling the signals for the Bruins. And in the backfield, you'll have Titus Taylor, Christian Melton, and Miles Horton rotating along with sophomores Gavin Reynolds, Pierce Smith, and Jackson Pugh. But the big line for the Golden Tide features senior Mario Wilkes, who hits the scales at 305 pounds, as well as 6'7", 290-pound junior Dalton Moody, and the not-so-small 260-pounder senior Isaiah Johnson. The Bruins are going to have to rely on speed to outfox the big wall of the Golden Tide. Now, last week, if you were with us, the Bruin varsity had a tune-up with a victory over Milan in the annual Jamboree on this very field. But now, it's all for real. Everything counts as Derek Pritchard and his entire staff see how they can measure up against this four-time former state champion. And you'll be looking for wide receivers that can open up some of this game for the Bruins tonight. Alex Wallace, a junior, Mills Terry, who's also a junior, and the senior, Ryan Hutchison. And they've also have some good backup with Aaron Turnstill, a senior, and Bryant Barnes, a junior. This is going to be one, again, as we say, it's going to be size against quickness. And we saw this Bruin team absolutely demonstrate great speed. And you look at people like Noah Spencer that showed us a lot last week. And in the running game, and also this is going to be a challenge for Corbin Howard to try to get rid of the ball as quickly as he possibly can against this monster line from Peabody. We also want to remind you that starting next week, our USJ Coaches Show will be live every Wednesday night right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network from 7:30 to 8:30, live from the Blacksmith Restaurant in downtown Jackson. Again, one of our fine sponsors. And I also personally want to thank Dan Hughes, the broadcaster from Peabody, and Martha Sheffield, the one I call the sports information director for USJ. I want to thank them for their great help in getting me some key information for tonight's game. So we're looking at the clock right now, we're about 17 minutes away from kickoff, and it is a warm one tonight. Not quite like last week when it was 95 at the beginning of the Jamboree at 6 o'clock. We're looking at about 89 degrees, and perhaps we'll see about an 8 to 10 degree drop as the game goes along, but the humidity is very strong on this field, so you got to know these guys are going to be hydrated quite a bit. Well, let's take a break, and let's have about a 3-minute commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll give you more to get you ready for tonight's game.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not gonna say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Steve Beverly back here at Carlock Stadium, Kirkland Field, and we are about 14 and a half minutes away from the official kickoff to the 2023 football season. High school ball that all over the country you are seeing seasons begin tonight, and it's nowhere anticipated any more than it is right here in West Tennessee. And we just had the big Peabody Golden Tide band begin to march into the stadium here. They always travel well wherever they are. This is a program that won state championships in 2014, 18, 19, and 2020. So they have been certainly experienced, and Shane Jacobs is bringing a team in here that he hopes is going to be equally talented this year. And for Derek Pritchard, his staff, led by offensive coordinator Bo Wallace, and Jim Hardigree, Bryce King, Nick Stamper, Anthony Sawyer, Alex Gary, and Perry Brown, they're ready to get into, as we said last week, they had been in camp hitting each other. Now they're ready to hit somebody else. They got a little taste of it during the Jamboree last week with Milan. Tonight, this is where the varsity is all at it. And we're going to see very early on the chorus from University School of Jackson. They will be bringing us our national anthem tonight. And it is a colorful evening. The Bruin fans are crowding into the stadium in all of their blue. And I can tell you, I never get tired of it from the time that I first was a fan when I was about 6 years old. I never get tired of opening night of high school football. They're doing the same thing down in my hometown of Waycross, Georgia, and they have a defending state champion there. So this is one of those that you just can't help but just have a celebration. And you know, the parents and grandparents who are here tonight, aunts and uncles, and we say hello to all of you who can't be here in person tonight but are watching us on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, because I know being able to see these games and see your favorite loved ones here on the field tonight, I know it means an awful lot to you. Tonight you're going to be seeing a lot of talent on defense as well for the Bruins. Nate Height is going to lead the pack at linebacker along with Sam McMillan, Miles Horton, and Ben Melton. Kicking game is very important as well. Senior Anderson Preston and junior Cooper Sykes. On the other side, Desmond Griffin, Barracks Dawson, and Ryan Bauer will be handling the kicking chores for Peabody. And they run with 3 quarterbacks on the squad, but the experienced one is Jerry Donald, a 5'10 junior. He goes at 165 pounds. And they have a very experienced running back core led by DJ Smith, a senior, 160-pounder, and the junior Peyton Denton, who goes 170. The big one in size that they have is Emilio Barrientos. He is a freshman, and he is 6 foot, 200 pounds. So that's the one thing that the Bruins are particularly going to have to deal with tonight is a lot of size. They're outsized by this Peabody team. So it is going to take quickness and at times taking a bit of a risk. We saw them particularly do a terrific job last week with screen passes and opportunities that went across right tackle. And they showed a lot of promise during that jamboree last week, and that's what they hope to be able to do again tonight. And tonight, as we tell you, temperature right now is 89 degrees, but it feels like 98. That's what the heat index is, and so you might as well say that's what it is right now because it's still a scorcher, even though it is about 6 degrees cooler than it was last Friday night for the jamboree. And here we go for the invocation and the Star Spangled Banner.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
And we were just treated to our national anthem from here at Carlock Stadium. And whether you hear them live in person or whether it's on tape, as happens at a lot of basketball games, that is a talented chorus from USJ that always ushers in the game with great, great harmony. And we are counting down the time now, about 7 minutes and 45 seconds away from the start of opening night of high school football season. Everything, the slate is completely clean, and what both these teams hope to do tonight is to get themselves ready. This is a non-district game, and in fact, USJ will not be playing any district games until they get into the second half of the season. But it's a non-district challenge, and it's an opportunity for each of these teams to show what they can do, and particularly for the coaches to have an opportunity to see what kind of adjustments need to be made before they get into that all-important district race. And, of course, USJ competes in Division II, Class AA of the West Region. And Peabody's Golden Tide, they're Class AA in Region 6. And Shane Jacobs' staff, defensive coordinator Tab Vowell, offensive coordinator Jay Taylor. The offensive line coach is Jason Driggers. Defensive line is Steve Mathis. Wide receivers and linebackers coached by Nick Cobb. And then quarterbacks, Paul Hudson, and also coaching quarterbacks, and the defensive line is Justin Truitt. So that's all your coaching staffs for. We gave you the USJ staff earlier. And tonight, it is what they all look forward to. And it's one of these things that the fans just, I can tell you, as I was walking up to the stadium tonight, the fans were telling me, they said, you know, I have been just biting my, a lady told me, she said, I've just been biting my nails all week long until this started. And she, I know, is probably not alone in her feelings about that tonight. Of course, last week we also brought you on BallGame Blitz Sports Network, we brought you the Jamboree from Peabody. And there's the Golden Tide cheerleaders. And for these young women, that it is so important for them to be the important spirit for their respective schools. The Golden Tide cheerleaders in the west end zone, and the USJ cheerleaders awaiting the Bruins to come in the east end zone. And coaches are having their final say and beginning to see the captains emerging and headed toward the sidelines, and they'll be soon approaching midfield, and we'll have the toss of the coin. Remind you again tonight, the game is brought to you by Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools and Spas, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet One, Elite Dental, Nest Realty, Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air Conditioning, King Tire, Campbell King Interiors, H&M Construction, and Garrett Plumbing and Heating. And as we always do, we ask you to please support our advertisers and go by and tell them how much you appreciate them sponsoring USJ football, as well as those of you who follow Peabody here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. Please go by and tell them how much you appreciate it, because without them, we wouldn't be able to bring it to you. And here come the Golden Tide. And they're getting a big hand from their fans who have made the trip down from Trenton. And we're under 4 minutes before we're going to kick this one off, and the season will be underway on this August 18th. It's about 10 to 12 days before football season started in the classic era, and by that I'm talking about the pre-1980s, before school started classes in the early part of August rather than closer to Labor Day. And of course the playoffs are a lot longer, so the regular season ends faster. And the captain's approaching. And for USJ, captains tonight for USJ, Sam McMillan, Ryan Hutchison, the senior, and as well, you can hear the cowbells as the student body comes in to get things started tonight. And they are still trickling in from the parking lot, one by one. The middle schoolers will be playing next week on the 24th, and that will be Lexington coming in. And we'll be set to go here momentarily. And here come the Bruins. And it appears that Peabody has won the toss and has elected to receive. So the Bruins will be kicking off from east to west tonight. And folks, we're barely a minute and a half away from the season launching. And I hope you're going to enjoy it as much as I am. Here comes the Golden Tide. And their band striking up across the way. We are going to have a good house tonight. I don't think anybody's wearing any kind of jackets. I don't think there will be blankets on this field tonight. We see that in the spring often when it comes to softball and baseball when the games are in the evening. And you get into the early part of the spring, and there are a lot, and I mean a lot of blankets that are distributed. Not tonight, and probably not for the first few weeks of the season. Next week, the Bruins will be hosting Union City right back here at Carlock Stadium. And we're just a shade past 7 o'clock, but kickoff time is at hand. All right, here come the Bruins. And let's see who's going back deep. Looks like Peyton Denton will be going back deep. And toe is about to meet leather here from Kirkland Field. And ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. Deep kick that is going way back into the end zone and out. Excellent job forcing the touchback. The Golden Tide will begin at its own 20. And here we go. And we'll see whether they go tempo early on or whether or not they're going to be deliberate. As we mentioned, they have a lot of size. Jerry Donald is at the quarterback. He's in the shotgun. And we got a handoff that's going up the middle, and this is going to be a big one. Big gain of 15 yards up the middle. Jaquan Kinney on the run. And that's your first down of the season. He just went right over the middle and nailed that one for 15 yards. Donald calling the signals. And there is going to have to fall on that one quickly, and there's a flag. He got back on top of it. I think it was not a flag as opposed to the fact that it was the official was just throwing his marker in there, and so it's a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13 from the 32. Donald in the shotgun. And he hands off. They're going to go up the middle again. And once again, a big gainer going straight up ahead. DJ Smith as he gets it to the 43 for a gain of 11. So we're also already seeing the effect of that offensive line of Peabody and that strong ground attack. They've already picked up 23 yards of total offense all on the ground, even with that 3-yard loss on the mishandled snap. This time Donald's going to be straight under center. Got 2 men in the backfield, and there's a handoff. And again, just churning his way. They push him back, but that's still going to be a gain of about 6 to 8 for DJ Smith. Smith gets it over midfield to the 49, so that is going to be a gain of 7 and another first down. So we've been seeing them just power it on the ground so far tonight. Donald once again, and he's going to keep it himself and gets across midfield, maybe a gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 at about the 48. And this has just been strong ball control and that big offensive line just moving everybody out. As we mentioned, Mario Wilkes, the senior, 305 pounds. And the gun once again, a high snap, but Donald's going to keep it himself, and he manages to break free from the pursuit, and he's going to churn his way down to the 40. So that is going to be a gain of, as he's got to get to the 39 for a first down. He made it to the 40. And they're going to bring it back. Appears to be a flag on the play. And they're going to bring it back to the 45. And we'll see what the call is. And 2 of the officials are coming over to have a discussion about it. Donald had just pushed his way for another 8 yards. But we got a personal foul penalty, and they're going to bring it back to the 42. So they're all the way back on their own 42. So it's back to 2nd down, but they have got a mile to go in this case. 2nd down and 29, and the handoff goes around left tackle. Very short yardage. Good job by the Bruins of stacking that one up. DJ Smith taking that handoff. Had some blocking, but he managed to get it up to about the 46. So it's a gain of 4. Smith has carried it 3 times for 22 yards so far this evening. Clock ticking away with 8:35 to go here in the first quarter. If you've just joined us, no score. It's going to be a big edge rush over on the left-hand side, and that was probably what caused that incompletion. There was a huge rush over on the left-hand side. Alex Wallace was about to get all over him, and he had to get rid of that one. So got our first punt of the evening as the Bruins come back after that penalty and have excellent defensive pressure. And here we go, first punt of the night. This is a short one. That might have gone off the side of his foot. Gets a slight Peabody bounce, and they down it right at about the 35.5-yard line. So not much on that one. That was a 19-yard punt. So the Bruins will have it. They're going to mark it at the 36. So they got a good break on that one. And here comes Corbin Howard out to call the signals. He'll be in the shotgun. And the key for him tonight is to get rid of the ball quickly on passing plays, because they do have a powerful rush on this Peabody team. Has 2 men in the backfield. He's got 2 men split out wide left. Hands off. There we go. A gain that goes almost to the first down yardage. It is 9 yards on the play. And let's take a look again on the replay. You can see he hesitated, and that was by design, and just powered his way for 9 yards. That was an excellent job by Noah Spencer. Bruins back over it, and we got a whistle. It's 2nd down and 1, but let's see what the penalty is. They're going to march him back 5. It appears somebody jumped early, so they'll go back to the 39. And instead of a 2nd and 1, we'll have a 2nd and 6. Corbin calling the signals. That one's a bad snap. He gets it. Got a good bounce on it, and he fires it. Almost intercepted. He was trying to just get that out of the way of all of his defenders. He had Alex Wallace out there on a pattern in the flat, and we'll see it once again here. It just got away from him. I think he took his eye off of it, but now watch this. He's going to fire it, but frankly, with that one-on-one coverage, he just wanted to get it out of the way of the defender. So that's the first incompletion of the evening. Howard, the junior. And he fakes the handoff. He's going to go for the bomb, and he's got a man open, and Wallace was right there. He had his man beaten by about 3 steps, but just led him a bit too far. He had him out there in single coverage, and so that'll be 4th down. Wallace had himself wide open, and it was very much like a couple of plays we saw during the Jamboree last week, but unfortunately he couldn't connect up with him. So 7:44 remaining. It's 4th down for the Bruins. And it's their first punt of the night. Good snap. And he's called for the fair catch and takes it down at the 26. That was an excellent punt. 38 yards on the punt. So they will take it. The Golden Tide back at the 26. 38-yard punt and no return, and those are the kind you love to have because you get that complete excellent advantage whenever you are not having to defend that easily. Donald calls the signals, and let's see what the call is. Offside against the Bruins, so they'll take a 5-yard penalty. That's the second penalty of the night against the Bruins. So Donald with a 1st and 5. Looks over to the sidelines to make sure he's straight on the signals. He's got 10 seconds to be able to get this one off. And he's trying to get his running back in the right position. You've got 4 wide receivers this time, and he hands it off up the middle. They've got great blocking. He's made it to the 40, the 45, 40, and he gets all the way to the 39-yard line before he is finally stopped. Now watch this. He just hesitates, waits, and follows his blockers, and now he's got the opening over on the left-hand side. and picks up 30 yards on the play, but now the official is going to bring this one back. Yep, part of that is going to come back. Now, they'll get the first down credit, but it's going to come back for, I think, unnecessary roughness after the play. So another 15-yard penalty. So they're going to start from the 46 now with another first down. Donald, very patient as he calls the signals. You got a straight backfield, and he fires this one out in the flat, and what a play. That one went off the chest, and look at, oh, you can see the intensity on that one. Miles Horton just let him have one after he missed that one. We are yet to see a completed pass in this game. Second down and 10, still at the 46. The Golden Tide got down as far as the 32, and then they were marched back with penalties. That's going to be a hand up the middle to DJ Smith. He makes it. He's still churning away. Gets to the 38-yard line. An outstanding pickup. 16 yards by DJ Smith. And Smith has already tonight picked up 57 yards on 5 carries. So they're at about the 37 and a half, and another first down. They've got 3 first downs tonight. USJ has not been able to navigate one. Donald claps, and he's going to go for one long, and he's got his man open, and it's just off his fingertips. Edward Agnew, the freshman, 175-pounder, he had the opening, and he had his man beat. So that one went out of the range. That was actually Jaquan Kinney, the senior. He's got a lot of size on him. He's a 5'11", 200-pounder, but it was just out of his range. That was Agnew back defending. So we've got a 2nd and 10. And fakes the handoff and takes it himself, and he is churning down to the 20. Big pickup of 18 yards for Donald. So Donald himself has had 24 yards on 4 carries tonight, and that is the 4th first down for Peabody this evening. And Jerry Donald again looking to the sidelines. We're almost halfway through this first quarter of action. DJ Smith splits out left. He got 3 wide receivers. And this time he hands off to Smith, and he cannot get through the middle of that Bruin line, and particularly straight up on the tackle. Barrett Shelton, the sophomore, he let him have it just as he got to the 21-yard line. So that was basically no gain on the play. Donald again, calling the signals, hands off to Smith. Smith gets some blocking, and he gets down to the 14-yard line. So that is going to be about a 7-yard gain. So they got a big 3rd down play coming. And they're going to mark that at the 14, so give him 7 on the play. Very important. 3rd down and 3 for the Golden Tide. Big defensive play right here for the Bruins. Donald on the second clap. Going to take it himself. It's a fumble. Let's see who's on top of it. Bruins say they have it. And they do. So lost the fumble. Donald went for it himself. And we see a flag down on the play now at about the 8-yard line. So let's see what that is all about. He had the first down, but lost the ball. All right, they're picking up the flag. I don't know if they're going to mark anything off. It is going to be spotted. This looks like it may be a half the distance. So they're going to move it back to the 5-yard line. So it's going to be a long haul for the Bruins. Well, instead, they are going to put it, you can see on the replay right here, and when he gets to about the 10, watch it bobble out. There it goes, on the tackle, bobbled it out. Bruins are going to be starting it at their own 6. So it's a half the distance penalty. They've got to make a 95-yard drive here, and what is very important is taking care of the football this deep. And the handoff fakes the handoff and fires it. Instead, hands off up the middle. He faked the pass, and that's a loss of 2 on the play for Noah Spencer. So it's a 2nd down and 12 back at the 2-yard line. Bruins are in dangerous territory here, and he's having to take his snap from the end zone. You can see the play clock ticking up in the upper portion of your screen. Fakes the handoff, and it's a pass over the middle. Nice job on a slant pattern to Ryan Hutchison, and that gets them out of deep trouble and gets the first down at the 16-yard line. And that is our first pass completion of the night, a 12-yarder. So the Bruins have bought a little space here now that they're out to the 16. That was a nice job of faking the handoff and that slant pattern. Excellent job to get that first down. He fakes it again. He's going to go for a little bit extra yardage, and over the middle, he's got it. In between the defenders, it's Mills Terry. And now they're beginning to feel just a little bit of rhythm. And we got a flag back at the 16, so hold on, everybody. I think it's all coming back. Everybody got thrilled. Instead, we got a false start. And penalties have really hurt the Bruins in this first quarter. That was a 22-yard pickup, and all for naught. It's going to be a 1st and 15. So they are back at the 11-yard line. 4 penalties for 20 yards for the Bruins tonight. But you saw a lot of promise on that one. All right, Corbin hands it off. Good movement. Good opportunity, and churning away, getting up to the 22-yard line. A nice 5-yard pickup on the play. Let's look at it again. Your Carlock Nissan replay. And he's just very patient, trying to find whatever blockers he has and managed to get it down. Spencer has 3 carries for 12 yards tonight. It's a 2nd down and 5. And he's got a man open, and he's got coverage, and it was off the hands of Ryan Hutchison. Hutchison was there, and he had him on a curl pattern, and right at about the 45-yard line, had he been able to haul that in, that might have been pay dirt. They had one pass that was complete for a first down that was called back. So the Bruins still with a 3rd and 5, a good opportunity here. And they have proven that they can move the football against this very big defensive line. As we say, they are huge on both sides of the ball, particularly the interior line. So here they come. Big 3rd and 5 play for the Bruins. They have no score. Got 3 1/4 remaining here in this first period of play. We are live from Carlock Stadium and Kirkland Field. And timeout is called by the Bruins. So, with the timeout on the field, let's take 60 seconds and then we'll be back to see what they do on 3rd down.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bruins back over the ball, 3rd down and 5. Empty backfield, and taking it himself and sliding down short of the first down is Corbin Howard. He is going to be actually about 2 yards short on the play. It's 4th down and about 1.5 yards. He took that slide and he saw the defender coming, so they're going to punt it. So give Howard 3 on that play. Second punt of the night coming for the Bruins. And they've got one man deep to receive for the Golden Tide. And here it goes, end over end, taken at the 40. At the 45, the 50, the 45, 40. And goes into his own man and is dropped at the 39-yard line. And that's where they will take it right now. You can see this again. The end-over-end kick dropped very quickly, and it gave him some time to, frankly, outrun the coverage there. And Mikael Wilkes, the 175-pound sophomore, gets them great field position at the 34 of the Bruins. So here they go. Donald in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers and a man in motion. And he hands it off and goes up the middle once again, and that went nowhere. In fact, that was a loss of 2 on the play. DJ Smith falls after a loss of 2. DJ so far tonight has had an excellent game thus far. 66 yards on 6 carries. He had one big 30-yard sprint earlier, but they were stopped cold on that one, so it's 2nd and 12 for the Golden Tide in this scoreless first quarter. And they're spreading this out a lot further to the right this time. You got 3 wide receivers once again, 1 man in the backfield. And this time it's another handoff up the middle. And again, tremendous job by the Bruins stacking it up. Excellent job. Barrett Shelton in on the play as well as Carson Moore. And we got an official's call here. And they've got holding, so it's going to be 10 yards back in the other direction. That's the second penalty of the night against the Golden Tide. 2 penalties for 25 yards. The Bruins 4 penalties for 20. And in each instance, it has just stifled what has been some fairly interesting ball movement on both sides of the field. 81 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So you got a 2nd down and 15. And the official's holding it up here for some reason. And I can't really tell you what it is. He's coming over to have a discussion over with the side judge. All right, now they're going to move it back. It's going to be even further. Yeah, it didn't seem right. Yeah, back to the 44 instead of the 39. So it is going to be 2nd down and 20 for the Golden Tide. Seen some strong defense on the part of the Bruins, but they have been out on the field a long time in this first quarter. Donald takes the snap. He's going to call his own number. And he is spilled after a 3-yard gain. Noah Spencer in on the tackle. So this is going to be a 3rd down after that 3-yard gain by Donald. He can really move the ball with his feet as well. Oh, the center kicked that one about a yard forward, so the official's going to have to stop it. Yeah, move it back to the 42. They have to reach the 24 in order to get a 1st down. So this is going to be 3rd down and 28. Donald claps, and he's going to go for a big bomb. It's over the middle, and it's intercepted. And here goes Noah Spencer at the 20, the 25, and the 32-yard line. Spencer had his man defended perfectly. And that gets the home fans going. Watch it again. And this is a touch pattern, and the ball hung up a bit, and it sailed over the defenders, and here goes Noah Spencer. And he brings that ball back 18 yards on the return. And let's see if there is a flag on this play. They've spotted it at the 32, which is where the play ended, and it appears that that's where it's going to stay with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. So that's your first interception of the season, and Noah has given his fans a lot to be excited about. And there's a stunt on defense. They switch around some of the defenders on the front line. Here goes the handoff. It's Noah Spencer at the 35 to the 40. So the junior picking up 8 yards on the play. And he gets it out of bounds, so the clock stops with 18 seconds remaining. And let's see, did they say he got 10? Yes, he did. They're going to give him a 1st down. That is the first down of the game. So Noah tonight, 22 yards on 4 carries and that big interception. First down for the Bruins. Final play of the first quarter. And that's a handoff right up the middle, gain of about 3. Noah picks it up again. And that is the end of the first quarter. So it has been quite a defensive struggle so far. And we end it with no score on the board. We'll be back in 60 seconds after these messages.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety.
Starting the second quarter, no score, but we've had some fireworks as Noah Spencer came up with an interception and carried it 18 yards and then got a 10-yard gain on his own. And the Bruins will have the ball with 2nd down and 7 on their own 45 as we start this second quarter of play. And they have stood up quite well against this shifting offense of the Golden Tide. So Corbin Howard calling the signals. He's got one man in the backfield, and Noah Spencer's going to shift. 3 wide receivers, 1 left, 2 right. And handoff to Spencer once again. They're going to keep it on the ground. And Noah just continues to push his way forward and get across. He got across midfield to approximately the 49. And he's a yard shy of the first down. So he has had himself. Now watch him. It looks like he's down at the 44. His knee did not touch. And he just spilled his way down to the 49. So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Bruins. And they have had success going over left tackle so far tonight. And they're going to do it again. And Noah looking for that first down, and he changes direction. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bruins! You see it again. It looked like he may be hung up here right at the 49, and instead he found an opening around the left-hand side, and it was just simply outrunning the defenders, and he indeed did all the way. 49 yards for a touchdown for Noah Spencer. First score of the season, and he has put it all together. Here goes the extra point. It is up. And good. So we have completed just about a minute here in the second quarter. First blood goes to the Bruins, up 7-0.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Well, just as the sun is setting over Carlock Stadium, Noah Spencer, 49 yards around left end. He now has 80 yards rushing so far this evening. And what a night he is starting out to have. And it's Drew English getting set to kick it off. And he does. He powers that one high, and it is going to go over at about the 10-yard line. And trying to stay on top of it is DJ Smith, and finally gets it down to the 32-yard line, so it's about a 22-yard return. So the Golden Tide will see if they can match cards. They've got 68 yards to go and a little less than 11 minutes to go in this second quarter, but Noah Spencer has been the man of the evening so far. An interception, an 18-yard return, then 80 yards rushing on 7 carries. And Jerry Donald, the junior, back in the shotgun once again. And this time he's going to have 4 wide receivers and 1 man in the backfield. They're stacking it up over on the left-hand side. He's going to keep it himself, and he ran into his own man and was stopped. It looks like perhaps maybe lost a yard on the play. They're going to mark it back at the 32, so he did lose 1. So it's second down, and we're going to call it 11 because it's at the 32.5 where the series started, and it's about the 31.5 now. He may have had an opening, but he just bounced off his own man, and Bruins just swarmed under him. And he goes up the middle with this time. That's a quick opener. And DJ Smith hauls it down to the 40, and it's a 3rd down and 1. We're going to call it 3rd down and 2. They've marked it. He's got to make it to the 42. So this is a big one for both teams right now. As we say, the Bruins, and you're facing that big guy at center. Big Dalton Moody, the 290-pounder. And he can open up some holes. And he didn't that time because they stacked him up at the 41. And that's a loss of actually a gain of about 1. So DJ will hold to a 1-yard gain. Now let's see if they go for it here. It is a 4th and about a yard and a half. And they are at least going to try to see if they can draw the Bruins off sides on this one. It'll be interesting to see if they actually gamble and go for it right here. And they are stacking up the line big time. He's going to go for it, and they are going to get him, and the Bruins will take it over. DJ Smith was stacked up. They smelled that one out right away. Look at it again on the Carlock replay. And every bit of it was there. Tremendous job of stacking that one up. And he sent him for a loss all the way back to the 36-yard line, and so it's Bruins ball and great field position with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They gambled, and it did not go. So Bruins at the 36, and let's see if they can capitalize off of that turnover on downs. Fans are really into it now. Here goes your handoff. Noah Spencer again churning. He has been the workhorse tonight for the Bruins. Picked up 4 on the play down to the 32. He keeps going like this. He may have 100 yards in the first quarter. The first half. You know, it's early in the season, a non-district game. You had a yard and a half to go. It makes sense. Try to go for it, but they just stacked him up. And let's see, there's a flag. Looks like that it could be a false start. And I think that's what the initial signal is. We'll wait on what the official has to say. Yep, it's a false start. So they'll bring it back 5, and that negates a lot of the gain that Noah Spencer had on that first run of the series. So they moved them back to the 37. It's 2nd down and 11. 25 yards and penalties against the Bruins so far tonight. He fakes it to Spencer. He's going to have to hurry and get rid of it, and he does. And that was knocked away beautifully on defense. Mikael Wilkes timed his jump and knocked that one away. Corbin was really hurried on this one. And he was frankly very fortunate that it wasn't intercepted. So we come back, and it is a 3rd down and approximately 10. Let's see if they try to pass or try to fake one and keep it on the ground. And they go to Noah, and Noah's got an opening once again on the left-hand side, the 30. He's got the first down to the 24-yard line. 12 yards on the play for Noah Spencer, giving him 96 yards already in the first half. Now watch this. He just had all of the blocking was right there in the center, and so he had nothing but pay dirt right there. He has done a beautiful job of finding his holes so far tonight. 9 carries for 96 yards for Noah Spencer. And he's going to get it again. No, yes he does. This time he's stacked up after a gain of about 2. And they're just grinding it out. Clock ticking down as we approach the 7-minute mark of this first half. Bruins on top 7-0 on a 49-yard touchdown run by Noah Spencer. And he fakes the handoff again. He's going to go for the end zone. He's got a man open, and it is just through the hands of Ryan Hutchison. He had his man beaten on that, and it was a perfectly thrown ball and just went through his hands. There you see. That's a timing pattern and just out of his reach. Mikael Wilkes was on defense. So we got a 3rd down, and they've got to get to the 14 to get the first down. So we got a 3rd and 10. And here goes, calling his own number this time. Corbin goes around right end, and he is slammed down. Wilkes slams him down at about the 19. They're actually going to mark it, it looks like, at the 20. Now he got it back on the 21, so give him 2 yards on the play. It's a little bit outside of field goal range for their kicker. So they're going for it on 4th down, regardless of what happens, unless you were to have an interception that went back a long way. This one, and I think they're going to take time out to talk it over. Well, let's take 60 seconds. The Bruins are on top, 7-0.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, You can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
4th down for the Bruins. And we got a whistle. And it looks like the Golden Tide will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 6:49 remaining. And recap where we were. We had a scoreless first quarter. And then the Bruins began to get on the march after a Noah Spencer interception. And he returned it 18 yards and then eventually went around left end, 49 yards for a touchdown with 11:03 to go in the second period. And that broke the ice to make it a 7-0 game. And so far, Spencer has picked up in tonight's game 98 yards on the ground. And he's got an awful lot more to go, but they have done a good job so far of standing up to this big defensive line of the Golden Tide. Golden Tide has had its opportunities. Passing has been a little rough tonight. Bruins 1 out of 7. And Peabody has not completed a pass out of 4 opportunities, and Jerry Donald has thrown an interception. Corbin Howard back in the shotgun once again, and he sends Spencer out wide. This is going to be 3 guys going left. He's going to sail it high, going for Spencer, and it was knocked away. Incomplete. That looked like it was borderline, but Jaquan Kenny managed to knock it away. Now look at this one. It was a well-designed play, and he was designed to get across from him, and the reason you didn't have interference on that play is that he slapped at the ball. So the ball goes over on downs with 6:42 remaining, and the Golden Tide will take over at the 21. Bruins 1 out of 8 in the passing department tonight, but they have made up for it quite well rushing. 103 yards in the game so far. He fakes the handoff. He's being chased, and down he goes. Jerry Donald all the way back inside the 10. They may move it back up a little further. I think they're going to spot it exactly on the 11-yard line, but that is a 10-yard loss for Donald. 2nd down and 20, and this has been a swarming Bruin defense so far tonight. DJ Smith has gotten a significant number of yards, but Donald has gone back in the opposite direction. They've thrown him for losses on his last 2 carries. 2nd and 20, and pass goes over to the right-hand side, and he is nailed for only a gain of 4. Pass completed over on the side to Mikael Wilkes, the 175-pounder, and that's their first completion of the night. Third down and 16. And let's see what Shane Jacobs has up his sleeve and offensive coordinator Jay Taylor. There's the snap. He's going back to throw once again. Now it's going to be a quarterback draw. He finally sails it away, and it's complete. A beautiful throw in between 2 defenders, and snagging it is Mikael Wilkes. And that's unquestionably the best long throw of the night that we've seen, and he was almost him back for a loss, but instead he picks up down to the 46-yard line. So that was a gain of 33 on the play. 2 out of 6 in passing, but that was a huge first down. High snap, but he manages to control it, and they just churn their way up the middle once again. DJ Smith gets it up to the 45, and that'll be a gain of about 2. Clock ticking down to about 4.5 minutes to go. We played this first half relatively swiftly. So they're at the 45. He's got 2 wideouts. And he moves Smith back over to his left as they shift. Donald calls his own number this time, and he's going to try to carry it around left end. Jet sweep, and he makes it to about the, they're going to spot it. They say that he did not go out until he reached the 37. That's going to be close to a first down, but I think it may be about a half yard short. They're going to spot it at the 38, actually. So that was a good job of managing to get a couple of extra yards as he was spilling out of bounds. So 3rd down and 1. And this is where it's going to be a big test for, you got to believe this is 4-down territory right here for the Golden Tide. And he fumbles, and he's going to have to get it down, and he is going back inside the 50. That's the second time tonight they've had problems with the snap. And the Bruins once again all over it. And that's going to make it 4th down and approximately 13. That was a loss of 12 on the play. That's the 3rd time that the quarterback has been stacked up for minus yardage. But with a 4th down, this time they're not going to take the gamble. They're going to punt. And here they go. High booming kick. Fair catch, and he gets back on top of it. At least some of the other Bruins do. Noah Spencer had it, and all of a sudden it went completely off his chest at the 27-yard line, and thank goodness there were 2 other Bruins there to save it. So a 24-yard punt. And the Bruins will take over at their own 28.5 after recovering their own fumble. So let's see if they try to keep it on the ground and use up as much clock as possible, maybe mixing in a pass or 2. They're 1 for 8 in the passing department tonight. Corbin Howard about 7 yards back. And he hands off again to Spencer. And Spencer is over 100 yards for the evening as he gets it up to the 36, a 7-yard gain. This has been an amazing night for him on opening night. 105 yards rushing. And add to that an interception in which he ran the ball for 18 yards. And he stacks it up again, picks up about 2 or 3 on the play. Looks like he's going to get to the 38. Third down and 1. They give him 2 on the play. And we're getting down close to the 2-minute mark. This is a big, big play, big 3rd down play for the Bruins. Mishandled the snap, so he's going to have to fire it. And he basically just threw that one out of bounds. So they muffed an opportunity on a 3rd and 1 to be able to come up with something spectacular. It didn't happen. So it's 4th and 1 on the 38. And let's see, we got a false start. So we're going to replay it all over again. And they're going to decline it. And we figured they would decline that one. So now it is officially 4th and 1. What a crowd we have tonight here at Carlock Stadium. And so far in the first half, some thoroughly enthusiastic Bruin fans, as their USJ team leads it 7-0. There's the snap. It's a high end-over-end kick, and it goes out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot it. It looked like around the 38, and that is exactly where they spotted it, at the 38-yard line. So that one only a 24-yard punt. So with 1:47 to go in the half, it actually gives relatively good field position to the Golden Tide. Passing tonight for the Golden Tide, they're 2 out of 6 with 1 interception, 37 yards. But the big gun tonight has been unquestionably the 107 yards rushing for Noah Spencer of USJ. And Jerry Donald calling for it. Gets what he wants. Fakes the keeper himself and hands it off to DJ Smith, who has been his workhorse. DJ picks it up to about the 41. 2nd down and 8. Clock ticking, 1:18 to go. And he's going to keep it himself, and he is spilled. Excellent job on the defense. You watch that on the replay. Just look how they stacked him up. It was Ben Melton to start with, and then Nate Height came in and made the coup de grace, if you will. So it is a 3rd down. 3rd down and 8. And the clock is ticking away here. Still got plenty of time on the play clock. Down to 10. Bruins with 4 men. Now they back off from the front. They got to hurry to get this one off, and they have to call timeout. They had no choice. They were down to 1 second on the play clock. We'll keep it right here with it 7-0. Again, we'll recap for you. The Bruins have been led tonight so far 112 yards on the ground, and 107 of them by Noah Spencer. And you can see the twilight right here at Kirkland Field. It is absolutely beautiful the way the sky looks over just below the lights. And what a night it has been on the ground for the Bruins. They've struggled in the passing department. They've had a couple that have just been right outside of the fingertips of the defenders. One that would have gone for a touchdown. But they have pounded it on the ground for 112 yards. And Noah Spencer's interception, followed by his own 49-yard run around left end for a touchdown, has picked up the only score of the game for USJ and for anyone for that fact. Steve Beverly and I am really enjoying opening night of football here in West Tennessee, and especially right here at the University School of Jackson. And you got to know that these guys are absolutely enjoying it. Their parents are, their fans, their families. But this is a big 3rd down play. 3rd down and 8. They got to get to the 48. And going back deep to pass. And he's going to be sacked back at the 35. And that might end the first. Nope, they're going to call timeout. The official is signaling timeout, and it went down about another 2 seconds. Now watch this once again. He took about a 5-step drop, and he did not see the defender coming along behind him and just swarmed him on the inside. Excellent job on defense. So Donald takes another spill and a loss of They're going to spot it back at the 36. So he takes a loss of 4 on the play. And that'll be interesting to see if they choose to punt this one or if they're going to try just to see if they can throw a Hail Mary down the field since it is 4th down. You take a real gamble on this thing. You've already had an interception by Noah Spencer, and if you are Peabody, you absolutely don't want to put one in his hands and let him run it back again. Instead, they're going to back up and punt. 11.5 seconds. And it looks like the Bruins are not going to put anybody back. And they'll probably take a knee if this thing does not run the clock out. Good snap. Punt. And it's going to drop back, and it goes back, and it's finally downed. And they don't get it off. That is the end of the first half. So it has been mostly a defensive effort. USJ has led the ground game tonight, and Noah Spencer has been the man of the first half as the Bruins go to halftime with a lead of 7-0. We're going to tally up some stats, and then we'll be back after we take this extended break for some words from all of our fine sponsors.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should. You know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not gonna say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
no matter where you are. You can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime label warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your...
Well, we're back here as halftime is coming to a close at Carlock Stadium. Steve Everly back with you with the second half of action in the offing as USJ is leading Peabody 7-0 on the basis of Noah Spencer's 49-yard run around his own left end with 11 minutes to go in the first half. Let me give you the halftime stats. Peabody has the edge in first downs 4-3. In passing, it's been a tough night for both teams. Peabody 2 out of 6 with 1 interception, that one by Noah Spencer of USJ for 33 yards. USJ only 1 out of 9 for 12 yards. They barely missed a touchdown pass in the end zone that would have made this a 14-0 game. But the big story is the 107 yards on 12 carries by Noah Spencer. For the entire game, the Bruins 14 carries for 112 yards, 25 carries for 110 yards for Peabody. Fairly even, but they're getting more chunks per carry on the USJ side of things. DJ Smith has had an impressive evening, 11 carries for 80 yards, but it's been a tough night for quarterback Jerry Donald. He has carried it 13 times for 15 yards, but 5 of those have been for sacks. The Bruins have tossed him for 28 yards in losses. In return yardage, Peabody the edge 22-18, but in punting, the Bruins have punted it 3 times for an average of 31 yards. Peabody 3 times for an average of 27.7. And in penalties, each team has been penalized 25 yards in the game. As we mentioned, the big play of the game. Shortly after his interception, Noah Spencer with a 49-yard run around left end. And the Bruin faithful went absolutely bonkers, and USJ with the lead 7-0. And unless something is strange in the offing or unless we're in the twilight zone, the Bruins should receive the second half kickoff. Steve Beverly back with you, and a reminder that this is a copyrighted broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz broadcast without the expressed written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. And our game tonight brought to you by the Blacksmith Restaurant in Jackson, Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet One, Elite Dental, Nest Realty, Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air Conditioning, King Tire, Campbell King Interiors, H&M Construction, and Garrett Plumbing and Heating. And we thank you one and all, and encourage all of you at home to go by and pay a visit to our fine sponsors and tell them you appreciate them supporting Bruin football and all the other teams that we have that include, during football season, Jackson Christian, Trinity Christian Academy, and Peabody, as well as USJ. Go by and thank them for their support of varsity athletics here in the hub city of West Tennessee and throughout West Tennessee. Well, after a quick warm-up on the field, we're going to get it going again. And it's going to be interesting to see if the two teams make any kinds of adjustments this Bruin defense against a massive in size defensive line on the part of USJ has been very quick to get rid of the football, to have handoffs, and to make it happen. The Bruins have recovered one fumble in the game. Peabody, on a punt, Spencer, it went off of his chest, but fortunately there were two other Bruins in the area, and they were able to get on top of it. So we've only had one, well, we actually had two turnovers in the game because the interception that occurred with Noah Spencer that snuffed out what looked like it was going to be a potential touchdown threat on the part of the Golden Tide. And we're about 40 seconds to go from the second half kickoff. Hope all of you are going to have a great weekend in West Tennessee. Looks like the weather is going to be outstanding. It has decidedly cooled off since the sun was right above us. And where, as you can see, look in the very center of your picture, and you see that speck that is just above the trees behind the visiting side of Carlock Stadium. That is the crescent moon tonight, and seeing it straight up, it is absolutely gorgeous here. It is a perfect evening, particularly on August the 18th, for high school football to begin all throughout the entire state of Tennessee and in many parts of the country. And the horn goes off, and we're just about set to go. Again, this is a non-district game. That's the key about it, is that it counts in your overall record, but it doesn't count when it comes to those all-important district matchups, and USJ will not be having any until the second half of the season. Next week, the Bruins will be right back here at Kirkland Field to take on Union City, and Peabody, they will be hosting Riverside back in Trenton. And the Bruins back on the field getting ready to receive the second half kickoff. And considering the fact that this is a game that has been played largely on the ground, you got to know that they would love to be able to make this a ball control start to the second half. And Noah Spencer is one of the three that is back in triple safety for the Bruins. With the opening game, I don't think I would smell out the possibility of an onside kick here. You never know. They missed a fourth down gamble earlier in the game in which Jerry Donald was sacked for a loss. So we're set to go with the second half. Let's enjoy it all, and here's the kick. And it is an end-over-end kick that is going to be taken over on the right-hand side. Not much in the way of a return. He picked it up at the 13 and was spilled at about the 18 or 19, or it looks like the official may be spotting it on the 20. So it is a 7-yard return. So the Bruins will start it at their own 20. Derek Pritchard gives them the instructions. Corbin Howard back in at quarterback. And the workhorse, Noah Spencer, right behind him. And looks like only one wideout on this opening play of the second half. And there's a pitch out. Spencer's going to take it around to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 27. He spilled out of bounds after a pickup of about 7. And you can see there was some displeasure over on the sideline by one of the coaches at one of the Golden Tide members. But that looks like they're going to spot it on the 27. No, 26. So 6-yard pickup for Spencer. That gets him to 113 yards in the game. 2nd down and 4. And they'll go back in the huddle now that the ball went out of bounds. We were treated to a fine performance at halftime while you were in a commercial break by the Peabody Band of Gold. 2nd down and 4 for the Bruins. And again, Spencer has done a brilliant job navigating his way through his blockers and against this massive defensive line. You got guys 220, 270, 305. Well, now they're going to move it back. It looks like a delay of game has been called, or has it? No, instead they go back in the huddle. The official had his arms folded as you would with a delay of game, but I guess not. And it looks like Noah Spencer is coming out, maybe favoring his ankle a bit. That is not good news for the Bruin faithful. So they'll look him over. Just seemed to be, he wasn't limping terribly, just seems to be he's trying to walk it off over on the sideline. And hand up right straight up the middle for the 1st down. Looks like he got just over the 30. And there he goes, powering, you see on the Carlock replay. And his legs churned and got him over there for the 1st down. And he's going to take it again. Here he goes, 40, 45, got to the 44, which is where they'll spot it. Titus Taylor, the senior. So he's picked up 14 yards on 2 carries. There's the fake, and then the pass. And on the sideline, it is caught. Mills Terry, the junior, all the way down at the 23-yard line, and that is the longest pass play of the game. But is it coming back? It appears to be all for naught. They're going to bring it back. So it's going to be a 2nd down play. Oh, my goodness. So it's 2nd down and 10. That would have been a 37-yard gain. He fakes the handoff. He's going to call his own number, and he is sacked back down at the 40. So Corbin did not fool them at all on that play, and a loss of 4. That's only the 2nd time he's been sacked tonight. So it's 3rd down and 14 for the Bruins. Oh my, what that would have been with that huge pass play down at about the 22-yard line. Let's see if they go for the pass over the middle again. Fakes the handoff. He's going to have to hurry to get rid of it. And he could have been out of bounds when he threw. And there is some disagreement as to whether he was out of bounds when he threw it. But instead they say no, and he just basically was trying to get rid of it. So it's 4th and 14. His foot was not down out of bounds whenever he was throwing it. So they spot it back down at the 40, 10-17 to go. Bruins back in punt formation. And you've got one deep safety for the Golden Tide. There's a big booming punt. Taken at the 32, fair catch. Wilkes takes it in. "28-yard punt. Instead, let's see if they're going to spot it at the 33. So it's a 27-yard punt. Golden Tide has it at its own 33. They have not been able to penetrate deep. They've not made it into the red zone against the Bruins so far in this contest. Jerry Donald calling the signals. He is 2 for 6 passing tonight. We got a whistle and a flag, and it looks as though we've got a false start. So that 5-yard penalty, that is the third penalty of the game, but 30 yards and penalties against Peabody. So they are back to the 28-yard line. And we'll wind it again at 1st and 15. Donald has really worked DJ Smith tonight, 11 carries for 80 yards. And he works him again, and he is nailed. Oh, my goodness. Take a look at that. Miles Horton, the junior, was all over DJ Smith. There was no question about that. They'll spot it at the 25. So it is a 2nd down, and they've got to get to the 43. So that was a loss of 3 on the play. And he's going to keep it himself this time, and he's going to work around his right end. Got some good yardage, picked up about 11, and that's going to be a late hit. Unfortunately. Those flags were all over the place down at the opposite end, and the officials talking it over. And Bruins expecting a deep penalty. And if it is what we think it will be, it's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Golden Tide. And he's coming over to give the signal. Personal foul against. It was a late hit. And that's one of those penalties that can absolutely turn the tide of the game. And it looks like the ball is going to be marked. He's going to step it off from the 40. And it's going to be in Bruin territory at the 45. 40 yards in penalties against the Bruins. So that's a big, big break and a big pickup after the run. They've marked it now at the 47. So it's 1st and 10 with 9:17 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Donald calls for it, hands it off to Smith. He goes up the middle and gets down to the 41, gain of 6. They're getting some momentum now on the Peabody side. This has been a steady game, abetted by that 15-yard penalty against the Bruins for personal foul, a hit after the play was out of bounds. And he's going to hand it off once again, and the Bruins smell it out. Nowhere to go for DJ Smith. And let's watch this. They just smelled that out completely. Nowhere to go on that side of the ball. Carson Moore in on the stop, and it is a, let's take a look at this. That's a 4-yard loss. Donald with the signal, and he's going to pass wide. And they're getting to that's going to flag. It looks like that one may go against the Golden Tide. That preliminary signal looked like it's going to be against the Golden Tide, so wipe up off the pass play. Looks like a personal foul blocking the back. So we're going to switch it back the other way. There he is now. You can see the hold right there. Yep. He was holding Christian Melton on that play. So the ball moves back to the 45 of Peabody. They've had 40 yards and penalties so far in the evening. And it seems as though every time they get a momentum started, a penalty has sent them back in the opposite direction. So they're at the 45, and this is a third down play. And, yep, it looked as though offsides. The right wide receiver was already about 5 yards down the field when the ball was snapped. You call it a false start. That was actually a false run. he was trying to get a head start on everybody, so yet another penalty. They have to make it all the way to the 37 of USJ for a first down. So this is third down and 23 from their own 40. And if the Bruins get out of this one, this is another sparkling defense tonight. Donald calling for it. And he has nowhere to go, and he is swarmed by a trio of Bruins. Mills Terry was one of them. Carson Moore, another one. Barrett Shelton was the third one. That was what you call a triangle defense as they knocked him back all the way to the 34-yard line, another 6-yard loss. So this one was a tailspin for the Golden Tide, and now they're forced to punt. You got one man in deep safety for the Bruins. This is a short punt, but it's going to get a big bounce on behalf of Peabody as it rolls all the way to the 24-yard line. So it turns out to be a 42-yard punt. So the Bruins will have it at their own 24. But strong defense, and to be honest with you, some shoot yourself in the foot type of situations led to 2 big penalties against Peabody on that exchange. Got soccer action here next week. We'll tell you more about that here on the USJ campus. And USJ Golf will be in the Dyersburg tournament on Monday at 4 o'clock. All right, handoff goes around left tackle, and he continues to just churn away and picks up 6 yards on the play, maybe 7 down to the 31. And it looks like Noah's doing just fine after that. A little bit of a scare with the ankle, and he's back in there running well. 2nd down and 3 for the Bruins at the 31. This time you got 3 wide receivers, 1 man in motion. And there's your handoff going up the middle again, and for the first down. And when you talk about workhorse, he has been one tonight. That is the 15th carry for Noah Spencer for 124 yards. And once again, they've got him in the backfield. Same formation with 3 wide receivers. Going to go up the middle this time. Not quite as much. Picked up about 2. But they've been content to keep it on the ground here on this series so far. As the clock ticks down, we're already halfway through this third period of play at Carlock Stadium. And we got timeout called. Let's take a quick 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with the rest of the third quarter.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships.
Noah Spencer tonight, 16 carries for 126 yards, and if you're wondering the average, about 8 yards a carry. And you talk about a workhorse, he has done the job tonight. Pretty much the same formation. You got 1 wide receiver left, 2 right. And they're going to screen it. And look at this, a beautiful stiff arm and down the sidelines to about the 41-yard line. Terrific job. Look at it again on the Carlock replay. This is Caden Creech, the freshman. And look at him take off. That's actually Ryan Hutchison. That number looked like a 0. It was a 3. It's Ryan Hutchison, the senior. What a play. That's only the second completion of the night for the Bruins. And he goes wide open over the middle, and it was just out of the reach of Mills Terry. That was 6 for sure. Oh my, that was a beautifully timed pattern and just out of his reach. So it's all the way back here to the 41, but still you look at it and it was exactly what you wanted to see happen. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 41 for the Bruins. Just have to wipe that off emotionally, and here you go to Noah. Noah's got some blocking. He went over left tackle and got inside the 35 to the 34, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3. They spot it back on the 35, so call it 3rd and 4. You got to believe they're in 4-down territory right here, considering the way the defense has played tonight, and they've been controlling the ball here in and keeping the defense in a rest pattern right now. They're tightening up everybody on the line, and he's going to try to do a jet sweep right, and is he going to make the first down? Yes, he does. Excellent job on that one by Noah Spencer, as he gets inside the 30, and somebody's got a drone going over the place right now. And first down now at the, going to see where they spot. They spot it at the 31. And he's going for the end zone. You got a battle, and he got it at the 2. What a play to Mills Terry, 29-yard pass. They've finally been able to pick up some on the air. It is 1st and goal, and look at this once again. They're going tempo, so we're going to get right back to the field. They want to get this play very quickly. Let's see if they go up the middle. He's going to try to slant pattern, and it was dropped. That was a dangerous throw intended for Alex Wallace. And you had a defender. Look at this one. You had him in the area, but boy, that was a dangerous throw if he doesn't time his move just right. They were very fortunate on that play. 2nd down and goal on the 3. And they're going to try to run it up the middle this time. Can Noah make it? He's churning. He is fighting, knifing, and gets just about back to the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and goal. Now, they are in a position that where they are at the 3 right now, they could go for a field goal if they are not able to get it in, because it would be about the equivalent of an extra point. I don't know if that's in Derek Pritchard's playbook right now. I know what they would rather do is just drive it in right here. Handoff goes, and he's got room. He's in for the touchdown, Bruins! Noah Spencer, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. 2:47 remaining. And there you go. The blocking was absolutely perfect, and he just knifed his way into the end zone. 4-yard run for a touchdown. And his stats are going to be something else tonight. And they're lining up for the extra point. The kick is up and good. Bruins lead it 14-0. Noah Spencer's 4-yard run. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the rest of the 3rd quarter.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Downtown is
Well, the Bruins went 76 yards in 11 plays, capped off by the 4-yard run for the touchdown by Noah Spencer, his 2nd of the night, and they're on top 14-0, and now it is up to the Bruin defense to hold Peabody as we are getting close to that 4th quarter of action. But they took about 4 minutes on that scoring drive. But that big 29-yard pass play to Mills Terry was a huge one because that made it 1st and goal at the 3. And here goes the kick. Big, deep kick. He's going to take it at the 3. Moving out to about the 25, and they swarm him under. 22 yards on the return for DJ Smith. They've had 44 yards in return yardage tonight, but it hasn't resulted in any type of score. So they take over at the 25, trailing by 2 scores. And so far, the Bruin defense has been every bit the match against Peabody. That 4-man front has been really superb tonight. And he drops it again. He's going to have to take it down, and that is a big loss. And you have to credit, it's a shame because you had to credit the loss to Smith. And they're going to spot this one back at the 19, but look at this. There was no chance on that play. So Smith has been thrown for losses in the last 2 plays. 2nd and 16 now for Peabody as we approach the 2-minute mark in this contest. That's about 3 times tonight they've had exchange problems between the center and the quarterback. There he goes. He's going to throw it right. Got a screen, and he's got an opening. He's got speed as well, and he's got the first down. That was a big, big play. And let's look at it again on the Carlock replay. He's now 3 of 7 passing in tonight's game. But that pickup was 21 yards. They're taking their time, about 1.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. He's calling his own number and gets only about a yard, and there's a fumble, but he's back on top of it. Now you see what's happening. He thinks he's got a lot of opening on the left-hand side, but it's the swarming Bruin defenders that come off of the line and went over and made the exchange, and Sam McMillan in on the tackle. So a gain of 1. Second down and 9. There's again another problem on the snap. And he takes a knee back down at the 34. They have had problems with that tonight. That's something they're going to have to correct in practice as Donald goes back. And that takes it back. That is a 7-yard loss. So it is 3rd down now, and they have to get to the 49 of USJ. So it's 3rd down now and a lot. 16. And he's going back, drops the ball. He was trying, nobody was open. The receivers were all covered, and Donald dropped the ball and instead goes back for a loss of 12. That is his 3rd carry for a loss, and the 3rd quarter on that replay comes to an end. Bruins with another score in the 3rd. We got 12 minutes to go. We got to hold them Bruins, and the score is USJ 14 and Peabody nothing.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Steve Beverly back from Carlock Stadium in Kirkland Field. And it has been a good defensive battle with sparks of offense, namely in Noah Spencer tonight. 14-0 Bruins on top. And here we go with the 4th quarter. And we start out with a 4th down and 32. Bruins have one man back at about the 47-yard line. Good snap, and the kick, fairly good one, and it's going to take a Peabody bounce and finally rolls dead at about the 37. So a reasonably good punt on that one. 39 yards on the punt. So that's where the Bruins will have it, right at about the 39, 61 yards away from pay dirt. Actually, they move it to the 37. So the Bruins 63 yards away from pay dirt. And Derek Pritchard giving his offensive guns their instructions, and here they come. 11 minutes and 47 seconds remaining to be played in this opener. And the Bruins have demonstrated tremendous defensive prowess tonight, and they've done what they've had to do offensively to keep the lead in the game. And he's going to hand it off up the middle, and let's see if he can dodge his way out of it. Yep, maybe for a yard. Gets up to about the 35. Noah just had nowhere else to go on the play. But what a night he has had. 144 yards rushing tonight for Noah Spencer, including that 1 yard. I think he ran about 10 yards to get that 1 yard. Clock ticking away. Can't go fast enough for Bruin fans. And here goes Noah going around right end, and he gets another, and we got a flag that may be holding. So let's take a look at it. Yep, it's holding against the Bruins. It looked as though that when he got that last extra burst of 2 yards, it was holding on the play. And let's look at it again. Noah did whatever he could to make some kind of room. And you can see right over there at the top of the screen at about the 35 is where the holding was. So that's the 7th penalty of the evening against the Bruins for 50 yards. It knocks them back to the 36-yard line. And actually, they declined the penalty. So it's 3rd down and 11. Now let's see what Derek Pritchard calls this time. He fakes the handoff, fires over the middle, and it's complete. Alex Wallace, he is galloping all the way down to the 32-yard line of Peabody. What a play. But hold up, there is a flag back down the field. It is holding. This is all going to come back, folks. What a beautiful play, but it is holding against the Bruins. Oh, you just felt like there was air going out of the tire of everybody's stomach here at Carlock Stadium. That's one of those you look at it, everybody is just off their seats. The energy is so high, and then all of a sudden you look and see that lone figure back up the field with holding. Now that's 2 holding plays during this particular series against the Bruins. So they're going to have a mile to go this time. It's still 3rd down. They haven't been able to eat up that much of the clock because of the penalties that stop the clock. They have to get down to the 47. So you are looking at 3rd down and 22. The best thing they could really hope for at this time is probably to try, we got a flag, or at least a whistle. Let's see if there was timeout called or if it is a flag. You had 2 seconds to run off on the clock, and yep, it's going to be another penalty against the Bruins. Taking him back another 5. Delay of game against USJ. So that is now 65 yards in penalties, 45 against Peabody. And I know that's one thing both of these coaches will want to see a decrease in next week. There you go. He's just going to hand the ball off. Noah's going to carry it over to the 23. Gains 3. So they'll let the clock run as long as they can. They'll get it down inside of 10 minutes on this punt. But Peabody could pick up some really strong field position. Line of scrimmage is the 24. Good snap. Got to hurry it off. And signal fair catch, but it's just going to keep rolling. Good USJ bounce. All the way back to the 33-yard line, 43-yard punt. That's the longest of the night for the Bruins. 5 punts, an average of 33 yards in the game tonight. So Peabody has 67 yards to march to try to cut this to a one-possession game. They've had their yards tonight, but it has been very, very difficult to multiply it because they've been stopped with sacks and with penalties. Donald has Smith, but he's going to call his own number again. And he'll make nowhere on it. He gets about 2. That's at least positive for him because he had been sacked 3 times for 25 yards here in the third quarter alone. And the clock keeps ticking away down to 9.5 minutes here from Carlock Stadium. All right, you got 3 wideouts this time, and again, 1 man in the backfield. And he fakes the handoff, calls his own number, and Jerry Donald gets it inside, gets it beyond the 40. And it's a third down. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Jerry picked up 6 on that play. But these seconds are ticking ever so steadily, and they've got to get a sense of urgency, even though they're only down 2 scores. They are not going tempo in this game by any stretch of the imagination. All right, 3rd and 2. And he's going to carry it himself, and he's short. Now, you got to believe at this stage of the game, this may be 4-down territory. He gained to about the 42, so this is going to be 4th and 1. So Donald is carried for 3 times for 9 yards in this particular series. And as you see him here, he was grinding away trying to get to the 43, but could not quite make it. Yeah, they're going to look at this at 4-down territory with this clock ticking away and getting down under the 8-minute mark. They're going to have to hurry because there's only 6 seconds remaining on the play clock. And he gets it just in time, and they did not make it. Bruins stifle them. On top of that pile, Nate Height stacked it up for a 2-yard loss. And the Bruins, now watch how this line just completely gets beyond the offensive line, and they just swarmed it under. But Nate Height was the guy on top of the pile. So the Bruins with a big stop and a lot of clock to be able to chew up now. You got to expect they'll probably keep it on the ground as much as possible. They have great field position at the Peabody 42. With 7:43 remaining to be played. Derek Pritchard has really had his troops ready for this one tonight. Now they've just got to protect the football. And the handoff goes around left tackle. Titus Taylor on the carry. And he gets down to the 40. So it's a pickup of 2. And Taylor is in the backfield along with his quarterback, Corbin Howard. And they're just letting as much time run off on the clock as they can. 9 seconds on the play clock. And you can see the game clock down at the bottom of the screen. Here's the handoff to Taylor. He jumps and hobbles his way and gets down to the 36. So a pickup of 4. So Taylor has 20 yards on 4 carries in tonight's game. 3rd and 4, but ever so important is how much this clock is just oozing away the seconds. And they're just going to look at the sidelines as long as they possibly can. Noah Spencer is back in there. Mills Terry is at one of the wideouts. And they're going to hand it off to Noah. And he is going to stiff arm one guy. He gets down to the 34. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. He got out of bounds, so he is not going to be able to run off any more clock, but they have literally chewed up about 2.5 minutes on this drive. And you got to figure they're going for it right here. No reason to punt. And Noah's coming back over to join Corbin. And what a play! The count drew the offsides. He did a stutter count on that one, and everybody in the stadium knew it. And that's an automatic first down. That's the 7th first down of the game for USJ, 6 for Peabody. And when you can do it with a quarterback count on that one, and they just simply jumped. Ace Meadows was the one who came across. And here they go, going right. And he's going to lose a couple. In fact, he's going to lose about 3. Corbin, that's one of the few times tonight that he's called his own number, and he gets knocked back for a loss of 3. That was good pursuit by the Peabody defenders coming off of the lineman. Big tackle by Jaden Jennings, the 190-pound sophomore. But still, with a 2nd and 13, the clock just continues to fritter away the opportunity now, and they switch off. They're going to have to hurry. They're down to 10 seconds on the play clock. But we're going to be inside 5 minutes by the time this play gets off. He's going to have to snap it quick. He does. And he's going to go for the pass. And that one looks like it bounced down into his arm, so it's off the turf. 4:56 remaining. So it'll be 3rd down and 13. Bruins with a big, big play here. I was a little bit surprised that they decided to go pass on that particular situation. And in motion, taking the pass, is Spencer. He gets to the 30 and down to about the 26 before he was rolled out of bounds. And that's a gain of about 3. They've got to get to the 19 for a first down, and he went out of bounds on the play, so there's still 4:49 remaining. So the Bruins will go for it again on 4th down. Let's see if they try to do a snap count to see if they can once again draw Peabody offside. All right, Corbin, it's an empty backfield this time, and timeout is called by USJ. They want to talk this one over. It's an important 4th down play. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
be the greatest, greatest, greatest. I will 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 be
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts.
A 43-yard field goal attempt is blocked and recovered back at the 39-yard line. So they had confidence enough in the kicker to try a 43-yard attempt, but look at it right here. Blocked. The line did a good job of getting up high, and Peabody, with 4:40 remaining in the game, snags under it at the 39. So there is life remaining in the Golden Tide, but they're going to have to do something in a hurry, and they have not done well when they've gone tempo tonight. That would have pretty much put it on ice at 17-0, but again, the Bruin defense has been every bit the equal tonight to this Peabody offensive line and for the running game in the backfield. Donald gets the second clap. He's going to take it himself. And he bounces off one defender, gets his way down to the 45, a gain of about 6. So Donald has called his own number 7 times in this half, but they are not showing a sense of urgency. The clock keeps moving. Down to 4:10. They have to get a quick score. From the 45, 2nd down and 4 for the Golden Tide. And he bobbles the snap, and he is going to try to work his way out of it. Bruins in pursuit, and he manages to get something out of nothing there, gets down to the Bruin 42. So that is a 13-yard game. There were 3 Bruins that had a chance at him, and he finally, that was just him working his legs on that one. And he made it out, and looks like we've got a Bruin down over across the way. And Mary Tate from Dynamics is going over to take a look at him. I can't see the number from where we are. 3:47 remaining, and so that was all Jerry Donald on that play. And we got a holding on the play, and so that's one of the reasons that he had the big burst. So they're going to move them back once again. Another good break. So wipe off the 13-yard gain for Donald. And Alex Wallace will have to come out for at least one play, but he looks like he's going to be okay. Just a little bit of an ankle snag. So a 10-yard penalty, 60 yards in penalties tonight. It's a 2nd down and 3. And he's going to call his own number again, and he's right at the 1st down marker. It looks like he may have made it, or he could be about a 1/4 of a yard short. And they're going to call timeout and measure. They're spotting it right at the 49. So they're calling for a measurement with 3:36 remaining. And here they come, I think. He got just to about the 49, which is where the chains are. Let's see if he's right on it or if he's maybe a quarter of a yard short. All right, here they go, stretch and pull. And he got the first down just by about the nose of the football. So they still have 51 yards to march just to get one touchdown out of this. And they only have 3.5 minutes remaining. You have to believe at this point that they've got to get a score within the next minute and a half and then try an onside kick, and the clock is running. And he's going back. Bruins are in pursuit, and he's going for it all. And what a play to snag it, and incomplete. But an outstanding job on defense by the senior Hudson Parker. Now look at it on the Carlock replay as he's circling to his right, and he was going for it all. He had man coverage out there, and it was a one-handed grab by Hudson Parker at the 12. Well, instead they say he did not hold on to it, so call it an incomplete pass. The official said he didn't hold on to it, so now all that was a big, long second down now. And the handoff goes up the middle. Gain of 4. Third down and 6, but under 3 minutes to go. They cannot continue just these short up-the-middle plays. They've got to have some kind of pass like they thought they were going to get one in the end zone a few moments ago. Bruins defense has stayed steadfast all night long. They've done it for 45.5 minutes. It's the final 2.5 now where they've got to gut it out. Donald, call, and you got a flag. And it's going to be a false start. Penalties have hurt both teams tonight, but in critical situations have they hurt Peabody. So they're going back 5. So now it is a 3rd down and 11 rather than a 3rd and 6. And we've got only 139 ticks remaining in this one, and the clock is running. All right, Donald calls his own number. He's getting close. He does. He spins off 2 defenders, finally gets out of bounds, which is critical, and gets the first down, and there's a late flag thrown. He gained 15 yards on the play. And this could be a late hit against USJ. And indeed it is. The Bruins are expecting the penalty with 2:05 remaining. And that is going to bring the ball all the way down to the 21-yard line. For the Bruins, 10 penalties for 80 yards tonight. This is one of those things that you look at and you say, they're
Turn
never
to the
easy.
experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
All right, Peabody with it at the 21. First down, but only 2:05 remaining. If they score, you have to believe they're going for an onside kick afterward. But Bruins have been very tough in the red zone. They're at the 21. And Donald, with a quarterback keeper, quarterback draw is actually what it was, gets down to the 15, but the clock does not stop. 2nd and 4. They have to hurry over the ball. 145, 144, 143. He's looking for an open man. Instead, he's going to carry it himself, and he is clobbered. And I think he's short of the first down, or maybe did he get inside the red zone? It's 1st and goal at the 8. So Donald has been doing it all himself, but he has little time remaining. The drama continues to build. A handoff up the middle. And he is swarmed under. They got to get right up to the line very quickly. 2-yard gain. They're at the 6. But that clock is oozing away just like the sun does when it sets in the west. Under a minute for Peabody. And Donald has got an opening, and he's going to get into the end zone. That's Smith instead of Donald for the touchdown. 6-yard run for DJ Smith, but only 50 seconds remaining. The Bruins held them scoreless until 47 minutes and 10 seconds had gone by on the clock. They line up for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-7. We're going to keep it right here. The Bruins lead it. And the big key right now is the Bruins have to hold on to the football. If they do not succeed, I didn't know we were going to a commercial. No, I said we're going to keep it right here.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm.
50.5 seconds remaining. 14-7. It was a shutout until moments ago. You've got to expect an onside kick is coming, so you got all of the good hands people right up front for the Bruins. This is one of those that if it was a basketball game, but I'll use the same term here. Once he kicks it, we'll watch it along with you. And here it goes. Bruins have it. Excellent job of snagging it right on top. Ryan Hutchinson was on top of it. You're looking for receivers, but let's see if there is a... No, there's no flag on the play. No, they're going to do it again. It looks like it is an offside that has been called. Offside, he is signaling in the direction of Peabody. So the question is, Can they decline the penalty, or because of the fact that it was a kickoff, so they will re-kick it. The clock did not move. They ruled an offside against USJ. So they're kicking off from the 45. It has to go to the 45 of the Bruins. On top of it again. And once again, it's Ryan Hutchison, sure hands on top of it at the 40. So this is going to be a case of the Bruins attempting to just run it out. Excellent coverage on the onside kickoff. And here they come. You have to believe they're just going to keep it on the ground. Until they can get to the point of the victory formation. And handoff up the middle. And there's Noah Spencer. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got 15 yards, and that should do it. And what a night he has had. Noah, a beautiful run. Going up the middle and then bouncing off down the left-hand side of the field. 15-yard gain. And timeout is called by Peabody. We'll keep it right here. No commercials right now. 40 seconds remaining. This is one of those that just wrings the emotions out of the fans because they want to see those 40 seconds run off. It's another first down. And you feel like it's in your possession, but it's not checking the box yet. And I'm going to try to see if I can tally Noah Spencer's running statistics. He had 107 yards at halftime. He has had 164 yards in the game tonight on 24 carries. Averaging 6 1/3 yards a carry. And he's just going to go back and take the knee, even if it does mean a 7-yard loss on the play. The victory formation, nothing is any more joyful for a team. And they're going to run it out. The coach is coming on the field to shake hands. The Bruins have won their opener against Peabody 14-7. Behind a tremendous performance on the ground by Noah Spencer, who had a big interception in the second quarter and then pounded it out. 24 carries for 164 yards tonight, and the horn's off. The game is over. Bruins win 14-7. We'll be back with a wrap-up after this 3-minute commercial break.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
It's always great to get the first one in the books, particularly if it's your opener. And the USJ Bruins indeed did that tonight with a 14-7 hard-fought defensive effort. And you can see the student body going out on the field to storm it and to celebrate with their Bruins. And this was one of those games that was, to be candid with you, pretty much in the Bruins' hands because they held off the shutout. They had the shutout for the first 47 minutes and 10 seconds of this game until DJ Smith finally scored for Peabody with a 6-yard run with 50 seconds remaining. But they had to have sure hands on the onside kickoff. But this was a night that belonged to Noah Spencer. What an evening. He indeed had 24 carries for 164 yards. And on a night in which the passing game was a little bit off, although there were some critical receptions in the second half, 4 out of 14 for 58 yards for Corbin Howard. But Noah Spencer also with a crucial interception during a first quarter drive by the Golden Tide that made a huge difference. He returned it 18 yards and then shortly after, 2 plays later, ran around his own left end 49 yards untouched into the end zone with 11:03 to go in the second quarter. And then in the third quarter with 2:47 remaining, it was a climax of a 76-yard, 11-play drive for the Bruins. And Spencer again with a 4-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good to make it 14-0, and the Bruins defense was tremendous against the big defensive line of Peabody tonight. For Peabody, it was DJ Smith with 19 carries for 87 yards. Quarterback Jerry Donald, 26 carries for 41 yards, but he was sacked 8 times in the game for losses. So it was a big night defensively for the Bruins, and they have to feel good about this opening night performance. It looks as though they came out of it very healthy. At one point, a little bit of a nervous point when Noah Spencer was on a play toward the sidelines and got his ankle banged a little bit, but he was right back in the game in the next series. And so the Bruins tonight in total offense, they had 243 yards in total offense in the game tonight. And particularly in a defensive battle like this, the one thing I'm sure that Coach Pritchard is going to be looking at is penalties. They were penalized 10 times for 80 yards, and that's one thing you want to cut down on because a couple of them came and kept that closing drive alive that the Golden Tide had late in the game. But they did an excellent job on the onside kick coverage, and then 15-yard run, piece of cake for Noah Spencer that pretty much lights out at that point, and the Bruins win it over Peabody 14-7. So, next week, Peabody will be at home with their opener for the season, and they'll be taking on Riverside. And right here at Carlock Stadium, we'll be right back with you as the Bruins will be hosting Union City. And that kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:45 with you, and it will be a dandy, I am sure, just as tonight was. We remind you that this is a copyrighted broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2023. Any other rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz broadcast without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Our executive producer of BallGame Blitz Sports Network is Paul Schultze. Tonight's game was directed by Christopher Reasons. On camera, Eric Inman, and of course our friend Greg has made it in here to help us out on replays and commercials, and we appreciate that. And I'm Steve Beverly. And until we're with you again next Friday night right here from Carlock Stadium, have yourself a great weekend and a great week ahead, and so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in